And we are live for another box office quarterbacks, the earliest box office quarterbacks we've done in a long time. Me and Ahmed are still waking up.
But the good thing is we're talking about something we enjoyed roughly, as opposed to last time when we talked about Super Mario Galaxy. So I think this will be a decent conversation. What did you tell them what we're talking about?
We are talking about Punisher, One Last Kill. And what is the best way to wake up is to talk about the most violent thing to ever be put onto Disney Plus.
Yeah, I don't know what that says about us as individuals, but hey.
Hey, we didn't release it. We're just talking about it. But yeah, Punisher, One Last Kill, starring Jon Bernthal, written by Jon Bernthal, just came out last week. It is a continuation of the Punisher that we all know and love, that the version that we got in Daredevil season 2 and beyond. And Ahmed, I will say that it took me about 2 watches to really appreciate this special. There were some problems I had with it in the beginning, but overall, I think this was a solid addition to the Frank Castle lore that we've gotten since 2016.
I agree. I think it's one of those. So I didn't watch the Netflix special until much later, and I think you'll empathize with me because I think that Punisher has been very underutilized. He's one of the most it's weird. People like seeing Jon Bernthal as Punisher. I don't think anyone has a problem with the casting. I think everyone loves that. But he's just so underutilized. And to have this special, it was sort of like, why did we have to wait so long to get it? And while I'm so grateful that we have it, it's like, why? I wish there was more. And I don't know if it's just like, did John have to write it, like co-write it, for us to get something this well deserved? And like you said, there were some problems with it. I watched it yesterday for the first time, but I still had like those spoilers of people saying that, oh, this is the villain. Like it has this problem. I wish, by the way, can I just get on a soapbox real fast, Jeff?
Do it up.
Stop spoiling the shows less than 24 hours after they've been released. We used to have respect as a society to be like, oh, did you know that Bruce Willis was dead at the end of Sixth Sense? Now it's just like, oh, did you see it? Like, no, I haven't, because I have a life. I've got work. I have things to do.
Yes. And Ahmed, it's like the big publications that are spoiling it is Variety and Deadline Hollywood. Like almost every death in The Boys this season has been spoiled for me because they tweet something out 20 minutes after the show premieres.
And I get it. Variety, Deadline, Hollywood Reporter, you guys have had access way before any of us have. And if you haven't, can you just chill the fuck out? Like, you're trying to make headlines. You're trying to be relevant. You are doing a great job in and of itself. You don't have to grasp at straws like some of us local outlets have to do, because we have to compete with you motherfuckers. You know what I mean? You've already got the fan base. Stop reaching for more.
Calm the fuck down. 24 hours. Let us have some peace.
Yeah. You can't go on Google now without going like The Boys and it says somebody's death scene or finale. Like, oh my God, no. I was just trying to look up some trivia for the podcast.
Yeah, it's a very, very kind of ridiculous society we live in when it comes to spoilers, and you have to watch the movie you want to watch the first day it premieres, regardless if you're tired from work or not. But yeah, I think this is a topic we can go on for a long time about, is spoilers in society. But
going back to Punisher, yes.
Back to Punisher, and this is a spoiler review. I will tell you, Ahmed, yes, for respect, the thing that pissed me off the most about this special happened in the first 5 minutes. And that was the vet's dog being thrown in front of the truck. Did not like
Oh
that. I
yeah.
just felt there was, in John Wick, when this happens, there's a point to it, is a catalyst for the entire story.
You said the
Here,
magic word. My dog is trying to get in the room right now.
yeah.
Ooh, Sophia.
See what you're doing, Disney. You're upsetting
You're upsetting
puppies
our,
everywhere.
you're upsetting
That's
our
who you're upsetting. Stop hurting animals in movies and TV shows without warning. That's all I'm saying.
I'm glad that they didn't show it, but
Yeah.
like it did kind of hook me, and I love that the guy kind of got his comeuppance at the end. But it just felt like so much world building in the first 15 minutes, and that's kind of why maybe I wish it would have been a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
I think it did need to be at least an hour 30 here. That is really my biggest problem of this special. Is it is basically it's an episode of the Punisher TV show.
Yeah, and it's like we got edged in that we got to see what's really going on with Frank, like in his hour of. It's like he's done everything he set out to do. Now that he's left all alone with, okay, I've gotten revenge. What now? What purpose do I have now? Coming to grips with all of that, only to find out he still has a lot more work left to do, and he was never really finished. That was like, okay, cool. I'm glad we have that. And it's supposed to set up like his role in Spider-Man New Day. I'm like, is he actually going to have a big role? Like, why can't we just give John like a proper movie, a proper, like something good? Because clearly he's got the talents to write the story. This is his first writing credit from what I saw. But he also did write Gary, which is like supposed to be like a spinoff for the Bear, which also very, very good writing, very, very good emotional depth coming from John. I hope he's okay emotionally, because these are heavy, heavy roles that he's playing.
Yeah. And another thing here that I just found out yesterday is that's his real daughter in this movie, which is crazy because just the depth of like the memory of Frank Castle's daughter here is like the biggest catalyst of the story. And I thought she did a great job, but that was another really key piece of trivia that I found interesting, was putting your real life daughter in front of you in these very emotional scenes and getting kind of the reaction that we did out of John Bernthal. So it definitely reflects in the performance, I think, because I think he's great in this.
1,000%. And she is, you're right. I got another key piece of trivia for you. So do you remember a while back, I want to say 10 years ago, 10 years ago, John was doing an interview and he was talking about how he was preparing for the role and he was reading comics, and somebody at the comic store told him, no, you're going to read these instead, and then said, do not fuck this up or do not screw this up. And one of the comics I heard in an interview with Screen Rant recently, John mentioned how Garth Ennis, the author of The Boys, was like one of the key inspirations for this. So that's pretty awesome that the Boys and its grittiness and everything sort of set an inspiration. I like just hearing that alone makes me think we were robbed as fans and not getting more to witness more of his like emotional nightmares, because people think that like Punisher, we could make Punisher be like a guy who kills people just for the hell of it. I would gladly watch John Bernthal just massacre a bunch of people for the hell of it. But to know that he's not getting any pleasure out of it, he's doing it because he genuinely cares. And there is like people like Daredevil, with all due respect, who don't give a shit, and they're just like, well, we have to do things by the book and we got to do this.
Daredevil has definitely killed some of the people he's thrown those batons at. I think if he followed up on them in the hospital, there are a few.
And I mean, shit, I know we weren't supposed to talk about Daredevil, but can we talk about Daredevil's ending?
Let's talk about Daredevil. It's all connected. So spoilers for Daredevil. There's your warning.
The fact that the show ends with him in jail, in prison, and Fisk is like living his life on the ocean view
after killing 20 people at City Hall.
and that's just at City Hall on that
Yeah.
particular day. It's like Punisher was right about everything.
Yes. He could have killed Fisk like 4 different times. Bullseye could have killed Fisk a lot sooner than that. And yeah, I like Daredevil season 2, but I do think like letting Fisk go was kind of like, what are we doing here? I don't think plea deals work after what happened at the end of that season. But
We've seen The Wire. Oh, and speaking of The Wire, one of the guys who plays a junkie, he's in One Last Kill, and I was happy to see that he's got work. He played a very central character. He played the shopkeep, Dre, who his daughter is getting like it's his restaurant. He's getting beat up by the crowd, and he's telling everybody, "Get out of my store."
that was my favorite, I would say, part of this special. Like,
Yeah.
Frank kind of defending this family with their little girl who reminds him of his daughter, and you get the craziest kill in this sequence too, which can bring us to scenes because Jesus Christ, you'll never look at a ballpoint pen the same way after watching that.
Oh, I haven't seen a ballpoint pen the same way since Casino, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, like talk about death by 1,000 cuts. That was that was insane. So I think that sequence was like the most emotional. It was one of my favorites. I do like a lot of the stuff in the apartment building itself, like Frank on fire and busting into the hallway or the apartment across the hall. All of it is really well done. It reminds me a lot of a video game for sure.
Oh, see, I didn't even know there was a video game. That's amazing.
Yeah, there's a crazy Punisher video game from like 2005 for the PS5.
Okay.
You got to look it up, but it was you do some crazy shit in there. Like you're kind of using people as like human shields at one point. You can torture people. It is I think it got like an A rating, so it was above the M for mature. So look it up after it is wild shit.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think my favorite scene was the apartment scene. I also loved the scene where he was just kind of walking alone and like there's just all this chaos happening around him. I've never seen war. I've never served in the military, but from what I've heard when I've interviewed veterans, my father being a Vietnam veteran, it's like whenever you're used to chaos, it just doesn't affect you. And for somebody like Punisher, whose character is like very, very well accustomed to chaos, it was incredible to see how like he's walking past all of this and none of it bothers him. He's just in his own world. It was very like sobering to watch. It was such an amazing sequence, just like see burning bodies, people just screaming bloody murder, and he has the power to save them. He has the power to stop like people that were going, fuck out of here, dude. What are you always walking around here? He has the power to stop them, but he just can't because he has no, for lack of a better word, motivation.
Yeah, that was a crazy sequence, that tracking shot where you see like the squad car pull up and then it reverses and then Frank walks past it like 3 seconds later and the squad car is on fire.
Yeah,
I was like,
and he's
wow.
a wanted man too. So it's like
Yeah.
he should be doing a better job of hiding, but he's like, whatever.
Yeah, so that was good. I think we need to talk about the villain in here. The Nucci's, which is Ma Nucci in the comics. She's basically the same character, but the way she gets disabled is a lot different. So Frank throws her into a polar bear exhibit at the zoo, and then she gets her legs and arms ripped off, and that's why she's a quadriplegic. Here, I think it's like MS or something like that, but she's basically the same character. I do think she was very underutilized here. She doesn't show up until like 15 minutes into a 44-minute special. So
And then
that's where I think we need another season of TV here.
Agreed. And her presence was like so climactic because she sets up like the danger. Like, oh, at 6:45, you're about to get excommunicado / like John Wicked
Yeah.
from Parabellum. That's all about to happen to you. And it really made me think, like, oh God, who would I want on my team? John Wick or the Punisher?
That is a fight that I would really love to see.
That just none of them would ever die.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh man. I think it would be. I think in the end, I'd like to think they would team up.
Yeah.
You know,
Or they would both try to kill each other with pencils. I don't know. Like,
yeah.
they could be doing that.
Yeah, I think that also we're talking about sequences and action scenes. That big infamous scene that people were talking about that said like, "Oh, they screwed up. They forgot to add the VFX." I watched it on this projector screen, and I was just like, "It doesn't have 4K. It doesn't have anything like that. It just has 1080p." Okay, sue me. But when I watched it, I didn't see any issue with it. But that's just because I was so in the moment. There's bound to be mistakes. There's bound to be issues. And yes, it's a big studio, so I don't want to make excuses for them. But I just think that people can be a little too like detective-y.
Yeah. I honestly don't know how anybody saw that because I didn't notice the first watch. I noticed on the second watch for sure. I was like, there it is. But I've seen worse modern CGI. Like, there's a lot worse, and you can.
Oh,
add that,
the
I guess.
freaking He-Man trailer clearly looks like it's made from AI.
Oh yeah.
So like, and also it's little things like this where I wish people would pay way more attention to for more important things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so these people are kind of going frame by frame. They're like, look at that mistake here. It's not like it was what Game of Thrones when they leave the Starbucks cup in, and then it's kind of still there, I think, if you look in certain versions. So there's bigger mistakes in shows. And I think for the most part, this was very well made, especially all the sequences in the apartment complex. Like John Bernthal said that he did most of his own stunts, including the fire stuff here.
Dude,
I liked it. My biggest problem, Ahmed, and I guess we can get into scores this way, is the dog stuff. Gonna hold it back for me because it is just kind of seemed mean spirited at the end of the day. And the length of this here.
yeah.
The length, 44 minutes. I think these special presentations need to be an hour 15, an hour 20 to really get more out of the story.
And not 20 minutes of just opening credits or ending credits. It needs to be
exactly.
Full, yeah.
And I think that's why I'm going to keep it as a starter here instead of going anything higher than that.
I'll give it an all-starter, a 3.5, just because I do want John to do more work. I want him to write more. I want him to act more. I love him as an actor. I loved him back in 2013 whenever I first started seeing him in like these small projects. And every time I would see him in like little things like Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, in the friggin' movie Grudge Match with Robert De Niro and Sylvester Stallone. Like everything he does, I love seeing him in. And so to see him as the Punisher was awesome. But again, he's just so underutilized, and that's not fair to him. I don't know if it's scheduling conflicts, but Disney, you guys need to come correct.
Yeah, he's great. He deserves his own movie. He is the best version of this character that we've ever gotten. I like Thomas Jane. I thought he was good. The other versions, I've never seen the Dolph Lundgren version. I've been meaning to watch that. I hear it's very over the top. Yeah. There's the Punisher Warzone movie from like 2008, 2009. That is one of the most ridiculous versions of this character. They try to make like a comic book come to life. That's a whole different conversation. But yeah, John Bernthal is who I picture the Punisher as when I read the comics. And
agreed.
And I want to see him continue. But yeah, Ahmed, anything else you want to add? What was that?
Is he supposed to be in Doomsday?
I'm not sure yet. Like they're really keeping that close to the vest.
I'm
pretty sure though.
I'd like to hope that he is, just
Yeah.
because again he's been so underutilized, and we could really just use him. And I can't wait to see what he does in Spider-Man. I hope he has more than a small cameo role, like
Me
Matt
too.
Murdock. You know,
I would say it's like 99.9% Matt Murdock is in Brand New Day. It is a very badly kept secret at this point.
yeah. Well, either way, I'm all for it. I hope this just doesn't discourage John from doing more projects. I don't want to have to wait 10 more years to see like another big Punisher project.
No. Give us a limited series next time at least. Give us 3 episodes so we can kind of flesh out the story. But yeah. Anything else, Ahmed, you want to add before we get out of here?
John, subscribe to our, our YouTube channel, our Instagram. We love you. And Marvel, come on, let's get it together. We gotta wrap up this series in a bow. Like I'm excited, but and Moon Knight. We need another Moon Knight. Shout out to Jeremy Slater, who liked our last Mortal Kombat, video. Jeremy Slater was the writer and creator of Moon Knight, but he was the writer for the Mortal Kombat movie. We need more Moon Knight. We need more Punisher, and we need to see like all this stuff, like really just tightly wrapped. Like we need to see how they're all interconnected. I can't wait for it all.
Yeah. Give us the Midnight Suns, the Punisher, Moon Knight, Blade, all in one movie. We will give you all of our money. We promise you.
Yeah.
So make that happen.
Well, I've got Cash sitting right here for the lawn guy.
There it is. Ahmed's ready. But,
this is for the lawn guy.
Could be yours, Marvel. Could be yours.
It could be yours, Marvel.
Yeah. So we'll be back next week. It is the series finale of The Boys, and we'll be dissecting that. But for now, I'm Jeff. That's my friend Ahmed. We will see you guys very, very soon. Have a